I'm Natalie, Director of Nature Nurture, and we were really lucky earlier in the year, in round about February, to take on what's come to be known as the Brook Nook project. I'd like to thank local councillors who believed in the project, so Ellie Emberson, who's sadly not here, Liz Terry and Paul Gifford, who is here. It's been a real pleasure to work with Rob and Joe from the neighbourhood team at Reading Borough Council on this project. A really ambitious idea we put together, and we love working with other organisations, and Reading is pretty amazing for all these organisations who work in the arts and conservation. So this project has involved the conservation side, which has been mainly over here. So this was really litter-ridden and full of all sort of challenges and quite overgrown. So we've done a lot of work here, and we've got a plan to build a pathway right the way through to Berkeley Avenue. So this has been a meeting monthly on a Tuesday, and we've been involving green social prescribing referrals, so supporting people who might be living with anxiety and depression and really helping people through being active in the natural environment here. There's a really big public art element, so some of you might have seen the mural in the underpass, so if you haven't seen that yet, I really recommend you take a look there. That was with Commander Lewin still. And we've been really lucky to work with Food for Families, who had a really active project at Lavender Place where the Civic Centre used to be, and now they've moved some of the garden, the Wellbeing Garden, over here, and we are really lucky to be collaborating with them on a sort of community garden side. And then we've got a whole education side, working with schools and sort of family events and other sort of community events. But I'd just like to introduce you to some of the key people who've been involved in this. So, Adrian.
I'm going to ask you just to listen very, very carefully for a moment. Directly overhead now, and watch. You see a flock of long-tailed tits. Okay, so we have this tiny little urban oasis here that's attracting a lot of wildlife into the town. We've been managing it with a view to making it even richer for wildlife, but also enabling people to come here and enjoy it. And we've created a place to be. So it's rather than a play area or a park, it's just somewhere where people can go for whatever it is they want to do here. Before we came here, most of the use was nefarious, and it discouraged an awful lot of local people from coming here. Well, we've turned that around by engaging local people and building the structures, the entranceway, and managing the vegetation. And one of the things I want to show you is just there, beyond this little clear area, there's a bush. Now that bush was a hazel bush that we cut down when we started in February this year, and that's how much it's grown back. And the wood from that hazel, and many others around here, there's quite a lot of hazel growing here, has been used to build the roundhouse, the fencing, compost heaps, and the willow from the trees here was used to create seating areas. So you often hear the word sustainability, but this is a genuine example of sustainability because nothing has been brought in apart from soup and tea and coffee, and nothing has gone out. All the waste material that we've created from the management, apart from the rubbish, the litter, that's gone, thanks to Gary. And all the structures in here, all the way we've done all the path servicing, which you can't really see now because it's covered in leaves, but it's all been done with the material that we had on site. So we've come on site being creative and imaginative about what we can do with it.
First of all, I just wanted to say thank you to Natalie and Nature Nurture for involving us in this project, because it has been like an absolute pleasure to work with them and to work together with all the volunteers on the mural on the public art of the Holy Brook. So for us it has been like a huge undertaking. We've done the murals at Reading Hydro before this, but this is like 4 times, just to give you a scale, 4 times what we did before. So it involved 44 days of painting altogether, the whole 3 surfaces, 45 liters, around 45 liters and more of paint. We painted under any kind of weather conditions, rain, heat waves, wind. Yeah, exactly. Like one of the person that was regularly coming was also saying one night it was like raining heavily. She said, no matter comes rain or shine, you're always here. And we were saying yes, like a little bit freezing, but yes. So, and it involved, most importantly, like more than 50 individual volunteers to paint around 144 square meters in total. So this is just like to say thank you to all the volunteers. And so if you've seen the mural, you probably see where this comes from. So in the two walls we've got the two characters that represent the two waterways that we're in between, the Holy Brook and the Kennet, and they are exploring the nature on one side and the history on the other side of the area. And we developed the design together with Natalie and local expert of the history of the local area, which is Terry Dixon, which I just wanted to say thanks. The ceiling itself has been like quite a challenge. It alone is 80 square meters, and it was a first for us. We never painted a ceiling before, so we were trying to use any kind of technology possible to make it quicker. So we tried pioneering technology from London. We use like a special technology for spray cans. It doesn't pollute. It just uses compressed air and water and paint. But it's quite a lot of elbow grease because you have to like use a lot of compressed air and you have to compress it yourself. Then we use stencils to create the foliage that we created together with Helen at the R Lab here in Reading as well. And we also use handmade tools like what now is famous blobber. So you will see like there is like some texture around if you look up, and you will see that's probably the blobber. The feedback itself, like all the people that was passing through, you've probably been one of those people, and thank you for this. Like the feedback has all been positive across the board. We received book donations, we shared stories with local people, and the most heartwarming reaction was very much from the kids that were just like wowing loudly, and it's also being an underbus so you hear it more loudly. Their expression, you know, the spark in their eyes is just amazing.
I'm Kath, a volunteer community gardener for community families, and along with Philippa we've been doing lots of fabulous community gardening work down at the Lavender Place Community Garden just outside the Hexagon. I just want to say a huge congratulations to Nature Nurture and everybody that's been involved in making the Nook the fantastic green space that we're all standing in today. And for the people of Coley. I myself am a Coley resident. I've been in the Coley area for the past 15 years, and I just love how green this area is and how people come together to live and share in those green spaces. So you've made a fantastic addition to the people of Coley here. So thank you so much. Thank you also so much for allowing us to bring our wellbeing garden over from Lavender Place. This was something that we established in the gardens a couple of years ago, and we really wanted to try and make it a very calm and nurturing space for people to come and sit and sort of enjoy some of the plants and sort of smell some of the different fragrant things that we had in there, as well as enjoy some of the fruit and veg that was growing in there. So there's a little bit still growing in the wellbeing garden over there that's just behind you, and I think if you want to go and sort of sample a few things like rocket or some dill herb, and then there's some little tasty treats for you there today. But we've also been doing lots of other things, and Philippa's been really involved in some of the activities down here at the Nook and what we're going to be doing in the future.
Yeah, okay, so we've got those beds and we're planning about 8 more vegetable beds going that way. So that will be for the community to use, and it will be for the schools. Each school will have a bed, and also the drop-in play group we do once a month. The children there will also have a bed so they can design and plant and look after. We also want parents to be involved and the community to be involved. So if you're interested, you can sign up and just keep an eye on the website for Fruit for Families. And the aim is to be a food growing garden, so it will be for the community to grow their own food, enjoy and create a beautiful biodiverse garden.
It's my friend and local resident Gary Stone.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and little ones who will be the guardians of this lovely thing that's been created here. I'd just like to say a few things. When I moved into this area just over 25 years ago, this was just an old run-down railway yard with lots of broken, burned old cars and bits and pieces and junk, but it was still kind of nice in another kind of way. But the last few years, and what Natalie and Nurture and all these other lovely people have got involved with, it's really transformed the area, and I believe that positive images will push away negativity with antisocial behaviour. And I just say the last 6 to 7 months to a year, I've noticed the morale in the community, like people are coming out and talking to each other, and it's really nice. And I'd just like to say it's just fantastic. And I could get a bit upset myself. I try and keep it. I've incorporated in my job role in working for Edinburgh Council in the street care team. I've incorporated my role to come in and make sure everything's there's no hypodermics from the antisocial behaviour and all the rest rubbish and stuff, and try and keep it nice. But yeah, fantastic, and thank you all for coming, and it's lovely. It's just hope we can keep it going. Thank you.
So I just want to thank all of you for coming and getting involved, because without all of you, without the local people and the schools, I've been working in the schools and getting them out here and getting them involved and pop up and play, and without all of the people who've partnered, without Natalie, without each of you, without Gary coming and clearing it up on a Saturday when I'm like, quick Gary, we've got a group of kids coming down. Without all of that, this would not be the project it is. It's nothing if the people aren't involved. So thank you for all of you. I'm really, really proud to have been brought in halfway through. Thank you so much, Natalie. I mean, it's such a privilege to be involved in this. It's just the best job in the world to bring the kids down from school and show them around, and it's so inspiring to see everyone getting involved together, bringing all of their own different skill sets, bringing, you know, their voices from the community, the history that we've got. You know, it's just unbelievable. So thank you.
Last but not least at all, I'd like to welcome the Mayor of Reading.
I don't need to make much of a speech because it's all already been said, hasn't it? And I think that is a testament to the community here. You know, I mean, from when Liz, Paul and Ellie, you know, grabbed that funding with both hands and have really been championing it, and then everybody involved turning what, I'll be honest, is a space I didn't particularly relish coming into a while back, into, you know, a part of the town that shines, you know. And I think for me, this is what Reading's all about, you know, and projects like this is what life's all about. You know, life is pretty tough for a lot of people at the moment. But that's not what life is about. Life is really about just sort of struggling to get by and trying to find the last few pennies to pay your heating bill. You know, life should be about community, about coming together, about thriving, and that's what this project is. And you know, thank you to everybody, because you are making this community thrive. You're making your own community thrive. And you know, I get the great job. I'm the mayor. I just turn up, and you've done all the work, you know, and all the tough bits and the hard bits and the bits where it's a bit miserable. You know, 'cause I bet there were some bits where it was a bit miserable, which you haven't talked about today. You just talked about the nice stuff. But I bet there were some bits where it was tough and you weren't sure it was going to come off, or it was just hard. And so I get to turn up, and you've done all the amazing stuff, and I get to open it. So lucky me. But first of all, thank you everybody. This is like a big group opening.
Yeah.
Do the honours. So yeah, come forward, and kids as well.
Come forward,
especially kids. Right,